An update on Evelyn Schwartz. Unfortunately, she passed away. Evelyn Schwartz passed away February 27, 2011. She's 92 years old here. This is a picture of before and after. She was happy here and living at home. 15 months later, at the only visit that Dean, Linda, and I did, that we found where she was, the night before we saw her, and then she passed the next morning. The before and after of Evelyn Schwartz is quite a picture to behold, sadly ending in her death too soon. She was kidnapped. The prosecuting attorney lied. The cops falsified a police report. Her sister-in-law, Eleanor, lied. Also a judge, a guardian, lack of due process, and loss of rules of law all worked against Evelyn's wishes. Until the court took her in November of '09, she was a happy, healthy woman. She died February 27th of 11, with several health issues that could have been prevented. Denial of health services is inhumane. They did that to her. She was a healthy woman until she entered the nursing home. Then she was not permitted to have visitors, letters, make or take phone calls, and orders from the guardian. Only Eleanor, the sister-in-law who started this whole mess, was permitted to see her. And she was given Evelyn's health directives. She permitted a dear friend of Evelyn's from out of state to see her, but with strict conditions that she must not tell anyone else where Evelyn was, because if they did and the guardian found out, they would move Evelyn. We tried for 15 months to find where she was. This case is not unusual in America. The Adult Protective Services has developed a tagline, as stated on the National Stop Guardianship Abuse website: isolate, medicate, and steal the estate. We tried finding her in several ways, several nursing homes, but could not. Then she must have lost hope. The nursing home right away had taken her walker away and put her in a wheelchair, which she had always refused to use. While she was in the nursing home, Evelyn caught C. diff. Also, another illness. They had given her plenty of drugs freely for trying, they said, to cure her illness. She got bed sores, and one sore by her toe turned into gangrene. We heard reports that Evelyn had said that she didn't want them to operate on that, to remove the toe, and that she was at peace. Not giving her freedom of choice to anything else, this sounded fishy. Evelyn wasn't permitted to say where she lived, who saw her, yet they allowed her this life-threatening decision. Instead, they drugged her with morphine so her body starts to shut down. Then they denied her health services that did not try to stop that from happening. The day before her death was when Dean finally found where she was. When we went that evening to visit, we were told by the staff that she was on hospice, that she had quit going to the bathroom, that she couldn't take in any more fluids, was aspirating, and didn't want to eat. Her kidneys had shut down. No fluids were released. That her toe was bandaged heavily because of gangrene, that they now felt it would be better just for it to rot off, and that would be better for her because she may not survive that operation, but they knew plenty of time ahead of time. She was healthy. She was heavily medicated on morphine, and she felt no pain from the gangrene fluids running through her body. She was bloated due to the fluids not getting relieved outside of her body. Evelyn loved seeing us. Although she spoke little, she did speak some. She knew us right away, and then she didn't want us to leave that evening, so we stayed a bit longer. Within hours after that Saturday visit, she died early on Sunday. It was as though Evelyn was waiting for Dean and us to see her, to say we loved her, to let her know we had not forgotten about her. We will right these wrongs yet, and make those who caused her sufferings and permitted or took part in the assault on her life and property to stand for what they did, to right the wrongs in Evelyn's case, even though she is no longer with us to see this. She had worked to expose those unethical acts so others would not have to go through all that she suffered. Actually, Evelyn did plenty of paperwork, and she had us assist her, and she did give us permission to post those photos and information on the website. Within the dozen or so videos that we made on YouTube on the Old Widow channel and all the facts, that local people in Ohio can go to countygrandjury.org, and they will investigate these issues on the complaint. Just sign up. We have seating a grand jury. A complaint was filed with them so they could check over all the facts and come to a decision to decide if indeed Evelyn Schwartz was given the rights the Constitution and Bill of Rights afford every American. or if not, hold responsible any and all of those who did her wrong. If you wish to join the investigation, please visit countygrandjury.org. Sign up today. Our organization is nationwide. This could be you and your family torn apart and suffering, robbed and hurting due to others' greed and power plays. Grab everyone to join who you know who is trying to stop government from robbing our freedoms based upon the unethical judges and those unethical lawyers and unethical police and unethical courts, using fake statutes to pretend that it's okay to ruin us. Most statute or ordinances that they use fails to be in pursuance with the constitutional mandate of government limitations. It is void. We do not consent, and we need to stand up to protect everyone, not just Evelyn Schwartz. We started this with her in mind, but we can all use this. It's a tool. The next video you're going to see is one that's been on YouTube, and it was the court-ordered removal of Evelyn to the nearest hospital. She knew what was coming. She had seen other videos that we showed her from the Stop National Guardianship Abuse website of what was in store, and she was devastated. And we show this now
Everybody
to show you.
seems
She had
to
said
have
if she
turned
lost her
against
family and
me.
friends and her happy home, she would be
It's the
devastated
most
and wanted to die.
unfair thing that I've ever encountered in my life. I'm in my 90s, and I should not have to put up with anything like this.
Like what, Evelyn? What's
like
happening
being
to you?
treated like a common criminal. It certainly is psychologically wrong, and I don't want to be a part of it. In fact, I feel like I'm praying that I'll die right now. I've done nothing to deserve it.
You'll be fine. You're a strong lady.
Kind all my life to everybody. And in this day and age, the world has gone mad. And I can't tolerate this much longer. I just can't.
What would you like to happen to you, for you?
I'd like Dr. Byers to put his word in writing and to please release me from this.
And where would you like to go after you're released?
I don't, it's not so much where I'd like, but I would like to go home.
Do you have anybody to help you at your home?
Well, yes. I just, it's so unjust. I was born here in the Cleveland area, in Cleveland to be exact, and I came from an ordinary family, but I did work my way through every setback, financially and otherwise. I earned everything. I didn't deprive anybody of anything in a furtive manner, and I just can't see this, and it's going to have a devastating effect on me. Devastating. I suppose some fool will have some explanation for it, but there is nothing in my estimation. But I know that Dr. Byers, well, who has known me for some 30-some years, and he knows all about me, and he, of all people, would be able to explain how I operate and how I have operated in the past, and I don't deserve this. A prison sentence.
Yes, before